Two dads and a Chaz, putting trophies on the wall. Two dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Not exactly qualified, but answers the call. Two dads and a Chaz talking Green Bay Packers football.
We gonna break it all down, probably leave out some facts. We gonna make some statements that we'll likely regret. Mostly gossip and rumors made straight off the top. So crank up the air conditioner, cause it's bound to get hot.
Two dads and a Chaz, you know we live it and we live it right. Two dads and a Chaz, we gonna break down football for you tonight. Besides them rings and putting trophies on the wall.
Trophies, y'all.
Two dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Yeah, we talking Green Bay Packers football.
Ooh, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Two Dads and a Chaz podcast, the Green Bay Packer podcast with the Dad Podcast. However, this pod is not for kids as we use foul language and borderline cancel speech. So, if you got cheese in your veins, beer on your breath, and Packers in your heart, welcome home, ladies and gents. I am your host with the most, Chaz, a.k.a. the Wisco Kid. Oh, please. But now it's time to introduce the dads of Two Dads and a Chaz pod. This dad is out here doing it from dusk till dawn. And I'm talking about salting all the roads in Dane County, Wisconsin. That's right, the funky Comedina himself. Give it up for Ty.
Yo. What's up, dads, Chaz, Packer fans worldwide? Great to be with you tonight. Excited to talk some football.
Woo! This dad has got it where it counts. And yes, I mean looks, talent, and some big dick energy. Give it up for T-Bone.
Well, good evening, America. Welcome out to Two Dads and a Chaz. We are honored to talk Packers with you today because this is going to be a fun show. I can feel it, and I'm honored to share it with you. Let's go, Pack, and let's talk.
And, of course, Aaron.
Thank you, Chaz. Thank you.
No, just kidding. We aren't going to let him off the hook that easy. He's known for his inability to hold his liquor and his ability to clear a room with his flatulence. He's pasty. He's tasty. Give it up for the porcelain prince, Aaron.
Thank you, Chaz. Yeah, let's talk some football.
I like it. All right, gentlemen, first and foremost, we got to talk about initial thoughts about this game. I unfortunately and fortunately was wrong about this one. We came in with a W, y'all. Can I hear it? Give it for the Pack. Give it up. Come on now.
Winning football.
Pretty good, right? I mean, aside from a little bit of shystiness from the other team, I mean, they were dirty as shit, but I know we're going to talk about that. I just want to hear what your initial thoughts were on the game. I'm going to give you 30 seconds each. Tyson, I want to start with you, Bubba.
Oh, man, what a good game. I mean, it was enjoyable, entertaining, at moments frustrating, but that's the season, right? Like, really, like this is the arc to the Rocky movie where it really starts getting good right around round 2, you know? So it feels like we've found the motivation and the drive, the spirit to like get a look in your eye, like you give a shit and really go for it. And I saw that across the board from this team, whether they were making plays or giving them up. I didn't see any lack of passion, any lack of commitment to giving everything they had. And man, there was a lot of plays that I hated what they were doing, and it was just working. And I'm like, well, I just need to shut up and enjoy it because it's working. So I'd say that all in all, it was probably the strongest showing, I think, of the Packers all year. And for my money, it gave me a lot of hope that we're gonna potentially make a run here. Maggie, what do you think?
2 W's in a row. It's we haven't really experienced that, I don't think, most of the year, except maybe what was it, week 2, 3. But yeah, it did feel good under the big lights to kind of at least seem to have some kind of an identity on the field, you know? Like I felt like for the first time, the offense seemed like fairly cohesive. Defensively, struggles, sure, you know what I mean? But But overall, I think what I walked away with the most is that the Rams are like in shambles of a team, in my opinion. I don't really their offensive line, announcers talked about it. It just wasn't I wasn't impressed. So I think that's what I'm kind of walking away with. Chaz?
I gotta say, right now, I had a lot of skepticism about this game, and so I was pleasantly surprised to see how well we did. I'm up here coming to you all live from the deep woods of the UP in Michigan, and I gotta say, I'm with some good friends. We made some really good food. It was really good camaraderie. I was actually able to watch the game without one of you, Marco, pulling it to me. So, pleasantly surprised because I went in very pessimistically about the entire situation. Ty, how about yourself, brother?
Yeah, for the first time all season, we played to our ability instead of the other team's ability. The Rams are bad, and we could have played down to the Rams, and we could have been the same hot mess that the Rams were, but we weren't. We were the better team. We were a good team for sure last night, and it was nice to. Yes, we ran into a soft opponent, but it was nice to push them around a little. That was exciting. Kind of wondering where it's been all season, but other than the kind of, because the pieces haven't really changed all that much, and yet here it is. They're putting it together. It's well, when he starts connecting with him, and when he starts driving with him, and we heard that early on while we were losing, but now we're seeing it. We're seeing the turnaround catches from Dobbs and Watts. The receivers are all on the same page with Aaron Rodgers at this point. And those running backs, especially A.J. Dillon, he just lit it up. Dion lit it up. And that was fun to watch. That was super fun to watch.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I'm going to throw it over to second quarter here, and that's going to be led by my main man, Aaron Mayhew. Give me some PFF gradings, brother.
Yeah, we can dive right into that. Boys, starting with the top 5 of the offense. Coming in number 1, welcome back, Romeo Doubs with an 89.1. Caught 5 passes on 5 targets, 54 yards, and a first downs over 23 snaps, and only 10 routes run. Shit. That's what we call efficiency, boss. Coming in number 2, A.J. Dillon, who Tyson, as you said, pretty much owns the month of December. Is that where we're at this point? Cool. Number 3, Elton Jenkins coming in with an 80.1. Didn't allow a pressure and was the offensive line's highest rated run blocker the entire day. Followed by his boy John Runyon, 73.8. Gave up 1 pressure, but was otherwise absolutely excellent in the run game. And then number 5, quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Had 2 turnover-worthy plays, but played well from clean pockets and against the blitz. Man, they don't put a lot of sparkle on that, do they, for the quarterbacks? But on defense, Ty, your boy, our favorite rookie, Quay Walker, coming in at number 1. Kid was flying all over the field.
Rookie of the year. Start chanting it now, Packers fans. Rookie of the year.
Produced 4 stops, 1 sack, 1 pass breakup, while allowing just 1 completion in coverage and missing 1 tackle over 43 snaps. Again, a kid that's continuing to figure it out week after week. We got nothing but high expectations for him. But coming in at number 2 is Tyson's boy, Devontae Wyatt, with a 77.7.
Yeah.
Get him some snaps. Get him some snaps. Get him some snaps.
T-Bone, 9 stops, 1 run stop, and a sack. The kid was he was a difference maker. I got to admit. But honestly, boys, he's at number 3. But our boy Preston Smith coming in at 75.8. He was all over the place, at least on camera.
This was his game of the year for sure.
Yeah.
Hands down, Preston Smith's best game of the year. He looked legit. Maybe
4 pressures, 2 sacks, and he led the front 7 players in run defensive grade across the board. But the guy that shot out right away that fucking game was our boy Kenny Clark coming in at number 4.
Yes.
4 pressures, 2 hits, 2 run stops, and the guy was just like a wrecking machine right out of the gate to fucking set the tone. Where you were like,
hell yeah, dude.
I like it. But defensively, this one's gonna sneak in, boys. Coming in at number 5, Keyshawn Nixon, who, like, can this guy do any wrong right now? We're paying
Not at
him.
all.
like $15 an hour, I'm pretty sure. And the guy is
Well, that's
crushing
good.
it. Only allowing 4 catches for 27 yards over to 45 snaps. I'm going to be honest. I didn't really notice him in there on defense. That's how good he is, because no one's putting the camera on him because he's not getting lit up. Now, unfortunately, boys, we got to talk about the bad too. Starting on offense, coming in at number 1 is Ty's best friend, Alan Lazard, 49.5. He caught just 1 pass, Ty, for 7 yards, despite running 32 routes, and he was targeted on that interception, which he took credit for. Can we talk on that real quick, Ty? I'm curious on your perspective. Is he covering for his QB, or is it just like completely gave up on the route? What are your thoughts?
No, I think it's just one of those things. It happens. They were both right. Rodgers put the ball where he should have gone and fought for it. He was trying to do the smart thing. You know, it happened later on in the game where Dobbs throttled way down and Rodgers read it right and hit him, and it was a big deal play. So, I mean, he was just doing what he was coached to do, which, you know, but stuff like that is just going to happen when you get so complicated and complex in your routes and you're messing with timing. I don't know. I don't think that's not Aaron Rodgers' worst interception of the year.
No, I would totally agree across the board. Plus, I mean, Allen just blocked real well all game, right, buddy?
Love that. Love that.
Love that.
Feel
Coming in
the
number
edge.
2.
Blocker, world
Feel the
class.
edge.
Number 2, Josiah DeGara. This guy keeps showing up on lists. Like, I don't know what to make of him. Is he doing anything for us at this point? Did we cut him last week? I'm pretty sure.
Unfortunately, we did not.
No, he's fine, guys. He's doing the
Just
dirty
kidding.
work. Hey, who washed those dishes? Oh, that was just Josiah DeGuara.
Yeah.
Oh man, my laundry's really nicely folded. I wonder who did that. Yeah, it was Josiah DeGuara doing the thankless shit.
Tyson,
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, because it said he wasn't targeted at all and then graded very poorly as a run blocker. So his only jobs, he's doing very.
It's mostly odd jobs around Lambeau at this point. He's changing light bulbs. He's fixing leaky bathroom faucets. He's earning his
And does
keep.
anyone say thank you that that sink has not dripped in 3 weeks and nobody cares? Nobody notices.
Saves 12 gallons of water a week. Thank you, Josiah. But
All right, let's
can't block, can't catch, can't really much anything. But
You
we'll
can't
see.
catch me, you don't throw to him, guys. They didn't hit me all day either. You know, I was fucking open, but nobody hit me with the ball, so I guess I get no catches.
I hear that there. Let's keep sifting through the
yeah.
trash here. All right. Coming in at number 3, sadly, is Yash Nyman. Gave up 4 pressures, 2 sacks on the day. Again, like Pro Football Focus can be rather brutal, but he's here. And then number 4, tight end Robert Tanyan. Caught 1 pass for 4 yards on 15 routes. Guys, anybody else just like wildly, I know he's coming off injury, but like, what are we doing at the tight end position right now? It's just a fucking bunch of mediocre. I love Mercedes Lewis too. Don't get me wrong. We can talk about the big dog in a little bit, but what are we doing?
We're
Guys,
saving money. We're saving money. We're saving money at a skill position. We're saving money at skill positions across the board. Honestly, there's only one skill position we're paying out, and that's running back. And you can tell because we use them all the time. So like really, like I just think that we're really in a position where if we're gonna make this team, Goody's gonna make this team work and pay Aaron what he wants to get paid and get all the defensive linemen all the money they need and get Kenny his contract and then get our defensive back to be the highest paid defensive back in football and David Bakhtiari to be the highest left tackle in football. Man, something's got to give. There's going to be a bunch of guys getting underpaid, and it turns out we have devalued completely the wide receiver and tight end position to the point that we're probably the lowest salary in that department in the entire league. Got to be.
I would like to hammer that point home by announcing number 5 is another tight end on this team. For those of you who don't know, Tyler Davis is a guy, he plays tight end on our team. We've named him the Schnoz, and they had high hopes for him last offseason. Goody's like, we might have something here. I tell you what you have. An Abercrombie employee in about 3 years, in my opinion. You know, maybe. Is that store still around?
He's not going to be able to hold that job down, Aaron. I think that's just a bad fit. Unfortunately, it's not him. It's not you.
Well, it's just depressing here. They're like, they don't even know how. They're like, he played 9 snaps and as a run blocker earned an average grade. Like, that's not even. It's not mean. It's just like,
Yeah,
I
no,
guess.
this guy probably is not an NFL player at all. He just like was in the right place at the right time, and right now the place he is on the Green Bay Packers, and he's like an eighth of a tight end, like an eighth of what you need to be a successful tight end. And there is probably no other tight end on the team that has that eighth strength, but that's all he's got. A lot of mistakes.
So Ty, we
This-
should clearly just move Alan Lazard to tight end at this point, right? Great fucking blocker. Have him
Yep.
hit the weight room a little harder, right?
He eats nothing but steaks. He eats nothing but steaks until next season, and just gains 60 pounds. And
We could save some money. We could save
Yeah.
some money. A mid-level transition tight end is not going to make nearly as much money as a whatever he is level second string wide receiver on the open market. So I'm sure we pushed that idea.
I'm going to touch on the defense real quick here. We're going to run through it fast. All right, on the D line is our top two worst grading out defenders, both TJ Slayton and Dean Lowry. Sadly, some of the lowest grades we'd seen, mostly just not doing anything, not getting stops, not getting pressures. Lowry played 11 snaps without producing a tackle or a pressure. He's literally at this point, he's just like a body, like a sack of skin, like breathing out there in the middle of the field. That's literally what it says. And then coming in number 3, Kingsley Enigbare. He had a sack and a pass breakup, but also missed 2 tackles. Like I said, they're brutal. Rudy Ford, number 4. But guys, Alexander Jair showing up on this list yet again for literally just had a 15-yard penalty. Doesn't seem that bad. All right, we'll go on to quarterback. Aaron Rodgers, 67.7. You know what? Fuck all that. We're just going to move right to the end, and that's the rookie spotlight of left tackle Zach Tom. My man played 71 snaps at left tackle in place of Bakhtiari, allowing just 1 total pressure over 36 pass blocking snaps, and he earned the team's top pass blocking grade across the board. Damn, boys, we got another option at left tackle that is significantly cheaper. I'm not dogging Bakhtiari. I'm just stating
We had 2 options. We had 2 options. We also got a guy playing a right tackle that could also start at left tackle. So we got 2 viable options at left tackle outside of our starter, the highest paid left tackle in football. Proceed.
I'm going to send it back to my man in the studio, freezing his nuts off. Chaz, how you feeling?
From freezing my nuts off. Sorry there, guys. I lost my internet for a second, but we are back. I don't know what I missed, but I want to ask first and foremost, did we get through the PFF?
Yeah, only the PFF. You're going to want to trim that up.
That's fine. That's fine. But I do want to ask, because this is big, and this game was exciting. I just want to know right now, because everybody's talking about it. I want to dedicate a little bit of time to this for the 3 of you guys. I want to know, what are the chances? I mean, we've been talking about it. We've seen it on the internet. We've seen it on social media. The chances of the playoffs. A, are we excited about it? B, do we just want to get better draft picks? And C, do we want the magic of the Packers to come around for this season and at least make a showing, or see us tank it and see what our second quarterback can do? I'm going to leave that open, but I know who's going to take.
Yeah, I'm going to jump right on that right away, because there's no denying the magic is back. I wish I could deny the magic was back. You know, after the year and the disappointment and everything, I wish I could tell you, the practical thing, the practical man in me says, man, you know, are we really going to do anything in the playoffs? Is it worth firing all this passion up for us to get on a run and maybe sneak into the playoffs and heck, even make it to the NFC Championship and then lose? Like, what's better for our team long term? Practically, probably for us to lose out and start Jordan Love and start working on blah, 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 blah. But there is no fucking way any one of the 4 of us has the practicality over passion enough to be able to put aside
Agreed.
why we watch this game. We watch
Agreed,
this
sir.
game. We love this team, and we love the camaraderie, and we love the collective feeling when it's working, and we all can feel it working, and that energy makes it work better. I believe that shit. And there is no denying there has been a ramping up of seemingly the capacity for our team to manage success. which seemed like we could not do it for the first half of the season. So better late than never. I'm going to say there's no way I don't go ride till I die with this fucking team. And if we get in the playoffs, I'm rooting for us to go to the Super Bowl. If we win to get the Super Bowl, I'm hoping we'll win. And I don't care how we get it done, you know? But yeah, it's hard to look at the evidence from up till the last 3 since Dallas, really, and say, yeah, we belong in the playoffs. We should definitely be. We should all, be praying to our lucky stars that the Seahawks can manage to find the banana peel, and that the Lions manage to lose a game. We're begging for the Lions to lose a game. That makes me sick. I can't do that. I just want us to win and earn it. And if we do everything right for the end of the year, and we don't get into the playoffs, so be it. Now I'll be cursing myself all offseason when we have a shitty draft pick, but I would still rather watch us go out on top. Well, I don't know, man. That's just my take on it. Ty, where are you at on this thing?
Yeah, I'm all the way there with you. I think that it's, until the nails are actually in the coffin, I'm a believer. And if the cards got to fall the way they are, I just think it's great, with as much of adversity we've had this season, to still be here with 3 weeks left, being like, we're getting to that point where it's like, okay, if they lose, so we need the Bears to win and all this other crazy stuff, and all those little puzzles start to, that is so much fun for me. And I will do that till the end, until I am mathematically eliminated every time. And so I can't help but believe, and you're right about the Magic. It did come back. The good football team we were expecting in London finally showed up last night in Green Bay. And it sucks that we had to go through all that other hardship.
They really need a bye week, guys. They really needed it, turns out.
But also, the games that we have left, we're in Miami for Christmas. We've got New Year's Day. I'm not going to want losses on those days. I want wins.
Absolutely, no way.
And then Lions at home to wrap it up. Like, I can't. I hate losing to the Lions at home. It's got to be a W. So we're going for the win out anyway. We may as well start looking at what we need 49ers to drop one or whatever. But I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go with this Packers team. And having faced all that, it could make us extremely dangerous down the stretch. One, there's no good tape on how good we really are. Two, we're a mystery. You know what I mean? Like,
you're right. There's not a lot of tape on us being
not a lot of tape
at all.
And we haven't used our good plays yet, I don't think. Not that I've seen. They're still out there. But sacrificing for draft pick, here's the thing. Draft pick in the NFL is not draft pick in the NBA. NBA, you got 15 guys, that's it. And you can suit 12 of them, which means if you're drafting a guy, you're drafting 1/12 of your team. The NFL draft is not that way. And guys are swing and miss all the time anyway. I want the wins. I want the pride. I want the historic franchise. I don't want to be losing because maybe it'll be better next year. Mayhew?
Yeah, I don't want to fucking lose either, Ty. It's the worst. It's the worst. Just like 2 back-to-back wins even like ignited the passion a little bit more. Look, to all our listeners, like, I've never been a pessimistic Packer fan, like, probably because we've just been fortunate to have just like great records, and it's like a lot less to complain about in theory. But this year is like pushed me into this like weird corner where I'm frustrated is what it is. I look at the goddamn NFC right now and like what's at the top. Even like we were hanging in there with Philly when we were like still kind of figuring shit out. Okay. And then the rest of it's just like a completely wide open situation where had we not dug this tremendous hole where now we need fucking every lottery card, to fucking hit, we could have controlled our destiny, maybe pulled something together. And like the problems early on, I feel like we were talking about on the show with solutions that took until like week 10 or 12 to like implement. We've had injuries. I get it. I just feel like it's been a poorly managed year, and we've just we've dug ourselves into a hole that I don't know if we can come out of, even if we fucking win out. So yeah, it's depressing, but I'm giving it a little bit real here. we're gonna win out, and then we got to fucking cross our fingers that Tyler Haneke doesn't fucking just win like 4 in a row. Am I right, Ty? That son of a
Oh, we
bitch.
gotta do a dance. We're fucked, right, Ty?
No, he's got to lose. He's got to lose. He's got to. He's looking at the long game now, and he's like, I can't
He wants to
upset
be
these
with you.
Packers. I'm trying to be on this team next year.
That's smart. It's smart. He's 29. He doesn't want to be too successful too early because quarterbacks tend to peak right around 35. Tyson, 36. Yeah.
Yeah, that's if they're lucky to live that long. But yeah, it's hard to not feel though like we're watching maybe the Rumble in the Jungle. You know what I mean? This might be a rope-a-dope situation, guys. Like we might have just fucking totally screwed the pooch here, but managed to come across hurt but not damaged enough to have all this stamina and progress that is yet to come and be able to land the fucking plane. Who knows, guys? 2010, I don't remember the first half of it, but when I went back and looked at it, it didn't look good. You know, I wouldn't have assumed that we were winning the Super Bowl by week 5 of that year. You know, week 10, completely different team, you know? So I mean the timing is it might be what we're looking for. We're used to peaking in the middle of the regular season, running out of gas by the playoffs. Like maybe this is a good thing.
Chaz,
I
where's
really-
your head at on this?
Well, I just really enjoy hearing the optimism in this group with 1 win. You know what I mean? Oh, sorry, 2 wins in a row. It
Thank you.
really this group turns around so fast. I mean, yes, we tank on A-Rod a lot, like a lot. But I mean, you guys are some of the most, some of the smartest Packer fans that I know, especially the ones I like hanging out with. Because a lot of them out there can be a little, how do I put it? Overbearing. We'll just say it like that. So just the positivity in this group after a win, and don't get me wrong, like there was a bit of there were nail biters in there, but I got to go and agree with Tyson a little bit. Like I didn't remember that season either, and I was at most of those home games that season. I went to every winning home game. I'm sorry, in 2010, but I didn't remember a lot of it until it was like, holy shit, the opportunity is here, and it's starting to feel like that now. I'm also a believer in, it's the hope that kills you. A little bit. So optimistically happy, but cautious and worried at the same time.
But we dabbled in a hopeless football year. We saw what that was like. We did the numbers. We even started looking at draft picks. Guys, that's no way to live. That's no way to fucking watch football. That's not what this game's about. That's not why we live in the goddamn Mecca, greatest home of what football's all about. The greatest thing in all of national sport. To watch us fucking be another bad team. That we can't let that fucking happen. I think we're at that point where like the cord has been ripped, the glass has been broken, and someone started spraying the fucking canister all over the team. They're like, guys, this is not a choice you get to make. We have to be great.
Yep.
Speaking of great, I gotta say we are going up against a pretty great team next week, boys, against the Miami Dolphins that are not fucking around. This team looks sharp. This team looks happy. This team looks like a collective group of guys that like each other and enjoy playing football and are kind of in the zone right now. And if it wasn't this week, I'd be talking about how jealous I was about how great they are. But unfortunately, I don't know. It's my opinion that we're going to go in there and buzzsaw these motherfuckers somehow because I don't know. They've managed to lose a couple and they were tough games. And I feel like they think that we're a get right game. We're at a point in this year where if you look at the whole year's evidence, we look like an easy team to beat. And that's a dangerous spot for a team to look at us as because all it takes is us executing, man. Execute on offense and like make a couple fucking plays for the game, plays you're going to fuck up on defense. Give me a turnover or 2 if you're going to fucking give up 4 touchdowns. Great. We can call that a game. I just think that we found a method that playing fast and crazy is better than playing slow and confused. But guys, where we at Miami? Where are you at with Miami Dolphins? What do you think?
They're dangerous. Like you said, I think offensively is where I kind of know them the best. The concussion king Tua Tagovailoa. They basically they went toe to toe with the Bills last week. I think they lost by 3 points. The guy he started to figure it out this year, but more importantly, it's his fucking wide receiver core, guys. They got Tyreek Hill, the fucking cheetah. Jalen Waddle, like almost like another rendition, and I'm sure like a slew of other individuals as well. But also running the ball, Raheem Mostert had 17 rushes for 136 yards last week. So point being, this is an explosive offensive team, and that's the kind of shit that actually scares me. Like, okay, you want to talk about the Packers? We are not like a shootout team at this point, okay? Like we need to keep it under 30 if we can, and then offensively we kind of find our way. I mean, that's been the formula for the wins, guys. Like tell me I'm wrong, you know? So it's scary. And we're on the road in a state that we fucking can't breathe in. Okay, we get down to Florida, okay, you know, and we struggle. So I'm hoping for some Christmas magic. This would be the statement game. Packers, you go out, you fucking win this game. I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm fucking
Yeah.
stoked. We're on the table.
I believe if they win this game. I believe them.
That's just it. And they're out to go make
Absolutely.
some believers.
Absolutely.
know.
Ty?
Noon on Christmas. It's the exact time to go make some believers out of some new Packer fans.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. If we win, baby.
No, seriously,
also
they just
say-
gave me something to look forward to other than that I'm looking forward to maybe a little more than Christmas morning. But really,
Right.
Ty,
Right.
The Dolphins, I will say the Dolphins, yes, it was a close loss by 3 to the Bills last week. But it's been close in just about every one of their games this season, which is not a strong team or a team that's dictating to the other side. That's I mean, and they barely beat the Bears. They barely beat the Lions. So they've definitely got a lack of consistency. You know, when I watch them, at times they seem incredible, and at times they just seem really soft. And it's just, I think they're an average team. I think right now they've got the winning record, but they're on a 3-game losing streak, about to be 4-game losing streak, going into the last 2 weeks of the year. I think the Dolphins have kind of punked some easy teams, and I don't know. I think they're overrated.
Ty, I gotta say, I think it's pretty hard to try at anything when you're in Miami, Florida. Like it's just hard. It's hot. Everybody's sexy. Like it's just there's like just
Not
loud
everybody.
music playing in the streets, fucking delicious sandwiches everywhere. You're like, how could I want to try at anything? I just want to eat like the freshest fish and like go look at this beautiful ocean. And oh, right, I'm supposed to be training harder than ever. This is what worries me, is that we have one of the youngest teams in the NFL who has not tasted success. That's cold as shit. Most of us not from Wisconsin, and we're sending them to Miami, Florida, on Christmas.
Where the clubs never close.
They never close.
The kitchen in the club never closes.
They have to drown that city just to get it under control.
Yeah. They're going to show up having not slept for 48 hours. That's the only worry I have, too.
I don't think so. When you got a disciplinarian like Matt LaFleur at the helm, nobody would fucking cross that line. No way.
Drill sergeant. I'll be honest. This their coach looks like if Matt LaFleur was like cool and had big dick energy, even though he's a nerd. Like that's what he'd look like. That guy looks like the personality that would, if it went with LaFleur, you'd be like, that's it. That's the best one. I think Rodgers would fall in love with this coach. Just listening to this coach talk, I'm like, oh man, this guy's like a more approachable, funny, he can pull it off version of Rodgers. Because Rodgers is like a nerd that's also a super jock competitive. I have to beat you at everything. So like this guy's just like a really funny nerd. It's a much easier bit to pull off. That's my breakdown of the Miami head coaching staff. Based on his pants and those like 3 fucking sentences I've heard him speak, I pretty much got it figured out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after a brief dust up there with the Dolphins, we're going to go to our first commercial break. We'll be back in just a second. Whether you're out fishing on the lake or just hanging with your boys, you need Bernie's Apple Pie from Sonny Kramer's 3 Lakes Bar and Grill in Faithorn, Michigan, up here in the UP. It's made in old recycled apple juice bottles from the local Piggly Wiggly. with a single cinnamon stick and a shit ton of Everclear, guaranteed to take you from sad-faced to shit-faced in no time. I personally have put down 3 gallons in 2 days. Bernie's apple pie, now only $30 a gallon. So good, you can't help but throw it up. Makes a hell of an old fashioned, though.
Yeah, that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 2D NSC. Again, make sure to click and subscribe for your favorite Packer podcast. We're going to move on to a segment that is a tried and true favorite, and it is called What Grinds Your Gears? So I'm going to ask you right now, Porcelain Prince, Aaron Mayhew, what grinds your gears?
Thank you, Chaz. As I've told you, I like to use this segment of the show to alienate groups one at a time. We'll slowly whittle
Absolutely.
down the entire world.
Naturally.
Today, it's about pizza. Okay, everybody. Now, here's the thing. I heard people were chatting at work the other day, and they were like, "Hey, if you get a thin crust pizza, what shape do you cut it in?" And I was like, "Oh man, I'm in the background. I'm just listening." They're like, "Well, I worked at a pizza place. You know what I mean? The only way is to cut it into squares." And I nearly lost my shit in the background because I've seen it. But I got to ask you folks
Yeesh.
out there, what the fuck you doing? What the fuck are you doing? When you eat pizza, are you hoping for a piece that you can like get shit all over your hands, gives you no like crust, assuming you're ordering like a halfway decent pizza? And then if you cut it into squares, so you always get like that little tiny like corner weird fucking triangle. Nobody wants that fucking piece. Who
I do. I love
started
that
this
piece.
trend?
I love that piece.
Who started this trend? Tyson, put your fucking hands down. It's not your turn. It's not your turn. Crazy assholes out there. You cut it in triangles. Okay, give me the best opportunity. I can kind of hold it, you know. I don't have, oh my God. These are the same fucking psychopaths, okay, Chaz, that are putting silverware in the dishwasher with the pointy fucking sides up. Telling me that it's better about drip. The fuck are you talking about?
I hate that shit. Putting steak knives that they've got for their wedding, you know, that are the sharpest knives you've ever seen, pointing up.
I think it's the closest I've ever gotten to getting divorced, boys, was dishwasher related. I swear to God. Anyway,
Oh, no shit.
that's what grinds in my gears. Tyson, do you have thoughts on that? No, shut up. Ty, we're gonna go to you next.
Put you in
Oh, shut
charge.
up.
You're the king of the world, fucking asshole. Porcelain Prince.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, Ty, I would like to hear what you have to say.
I would
About
too.
the pizza, about slicing a pizza?
Yeah, let's start there.
Yes, I want to hear what you,
If it's
what you
just
fucking
me-
think about it.
No,
There
here's
is
the
silence.
thing. If it's just me, just cut that fucker in half. I eat it like a watermelon. I don't need any fucking
Yes,
slices.
sir.
2 slices.
Sir,
That's how I
you
do my
are-
pizza.
my hat is off to you. I bow. He rolls it up like a burrito. He dips it in queso. He shoves it in.
That's it.
Way to go, sir.
When you eat
Oh.
pizza primarily from gas stations, that is the way you do it, right there. You get it. You take no time.
I love it. I love it.
Oh. Well, it is that time again, fellas. We got final score predictions. I'm gonna go
Hang on
to.
a fucking second. I got gears that are ground.
Oh,
here.
you got gears
Oh
too?
shit.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
it's more recent. And you know what it is? I'm getting old, and you can tell because it's fucking night games. They grind my gears. I don't like these night
Mhm.
games. Okay, and there's no night game date that you force fucking marriage that you have to deal with worse than the Monday Night Football. Now with our worst fucking nightmare, Troy Aikman and Joe Buck have come back to
Ugh.
fucking haunt my dreams like an ex-girlfriend who fucking is the DJ at a roller skating rink that I decided to come to, and we got to pretend like we're having a good time. Fuck these guys. I thought we got away from these shitheads, and now they're back. They're talking about fucking hands all night. I fucking can't stand these guys. I just don't like. I don't like them. I don't like the way they talk. I don't like the way they form their sentences. I'd rather hear anybody in the world talk about football other than Joe Buck and Troy. That they fucking grinds my gears. Also, I can't find my boots. It's driving me fucking nuts. It's boots leather. I'm not gonna buy another pair. I know I got they're fucking huge. How do you lose a pair of boots? They're like fucking fireman boots, practically. How do you lose that? I've looked everywhere. Grinds my fucking gears. Now, Ty, proceed with your next segment.
Wait, actually, Chaz, can we back it up real quick? I want to talk
Yeah.
pizza just briefly. There is a time. Okay, if you order Rocky's Rococo, it's
Oh,
pizza.
love it.
Okay,
Oh, here
you
we
can
go.
cut that
Love it.
shit into rectangles, squares. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
a fucking
What they bake it as a square, Aaron. You're going against God's will.
Dyson. I'm
But
glad
they
you brought
bake it
that
as a
up, 'cause
rectangle.
Do you remember way back in like the Elver Park days? You ordered Rockies one time. The whole we're hanging out at his apartment. Everybody's excited for Rockies to show up. We open up the box and it was like a circle. And
Oh,
Tyson
I threw a
fucking called
fit.
them immediately.
Don't call Rockies because I want a round fucking. I didn't know you made round fucking pizzas.
And they're like, sir, no. You're like, no. Who's the sick son of a bitch that fucking sent me this circular pizza?
I was a pissed off drunk 19-year-old.
Hold on.
Chaz, yeah, somebody else proceed.
On the Packers. No, I want to know who's gonna have a big dick day first. Then you can talk about predictions, but I want to know about
Oh, sure.
big energy players. Now, I will say this: Quay Walker looked like a dog last week, and not just like the figurative thing of a dog. Like he looked like an actual dog, like my dog looks, which is like I have crazy explosive energy, and I'm just up in the air before I even like remembered why I was up here first. You know, like he can seemingly jump over a building. My question is, can he like figure out what's going on just a little quicker and get upfield a little faster? You know, because he's an incredible athlete, right? So for me, I feel like it's on him to harness that insanity that he's been whittling this whole year into a spear and stab himself a dolphin to death. Because I think he's going to have the big dick energy player of the game. I'm going to take that from you guys. Now I'm going to ask you, who's going to have the big dick energy player of the day? Ty.
These running backs have been alternating all season on who comes out and has who just hitting home runs. Dion hit them home runs last week. I think it's showtime.
Is he playing? He's concussed, right? Is he?
No, he got off concussion waiver today.
Okay, cool.
He's clear.
Cool. Then yeah, I love it. I love it, Ty. Love it. Mayhew, who is your big dick energy player of the game prediction?
Look, I fucking glazed right over it when we were talking earlier, boys, about this last game. But Keyshawn Nixon, my friends, was a big dick motherfucker on Monday night. My God, the return game has actually turned into something respectable. I dug a little bit deeper. Dude, the motherfucker's number 2 in the league in kickoff return, yardage, percentage, quality, whatever you want to say. Now, I dogged Bisaccia like a couple episodes back too, and I think it's not about like instant reward. Like special teams and shit like this takes like a little bit of time, and I think we're seeing the results in a way where I'm like, no, he turned a fucking dumpster fire into something respectable, and it continues to get refined. And man, it's exciting to know like when that kickoff happens. Like I'm like, okay, like what happens here? And we had a couple of bullshit calls on us too, man. God, the refs are shit in the bed regularly on that. But
yeah, that last game though, like I can't recall. I didn't realize the Rams were like fucking dirty as an oil rig worker. Like they are fucking filthy. That team was like committing penalties, multiple ones on every single play. I swear. I saw every replay. They were trying to look at that. They're like, oh, let's see where. I don't know if he got to the line. Meanwhile, they had like his hand around his head, doing the hardest fucking face mask I've ever seen that didn't get called. I can't believe
it was dirty. I
can't believe how dirty they were. And Jalen Ramsey is clearly powered by Satan's blood or something. That dude is way stronger than he should be. That guy can just like throw fucking trucks. Understand how strong he is.
I've seen him body slam guys. I agree. He's a shit talking little motherfucker too, and he's not backing it up as much as he is either.
What are you gonna do about it? The guy fucking is a bully out there. It's crazy to watch. It's crazy to watch him take the ball away from our running back, just steal it like a fucking kid's lunch money. I was like, oh fuck this guy, but apparently no one can stop it. So that's kind of crazy. So yeah.
Looking forward to more.
Big dick energy player of the game. What do you think it's gonna be?
Who do I think it's going to be? Well, I was hoping it was going to be Christian Watson this last time, but I got to tell you, he fucked up on that one play where he could have had a touchdown. He just didn't turn around. And Aaron was finally like, come on, bro. That one was on you, dude. That one was on you. So I'm hoping that Christian Watson, because he broke the streak on touchdowns the last couple of weeks, I want to see a little action right there. I want to see a little bit of fucking huck it, chuck it, catch it, see it, football.
We all know Rodgers cares about one thing more than doing his job. It's keeping a streak alive for a guy, maybe helping him out with the contract. That's a big deal for him. So he's like
Boom.
really disappointed, regardless of the win, and we didn't keep that touchdown streak going. But still, it was
tell you.
fucking dude. That guy gives me hope. You said the fastest player in the league we're playing against this week. Who said that? Someone said that about Tariq Hill, right? Yeah, I would question if the fastest player in the league is not on our team. I'll be honest. I don't think that we've even seen this Ferrari open up. This engine's new. It's not even broken in. Tariq Hill's an old jalopy at this point. This dude's one hit away. You know what I mean? He's fast, but that little fella, you know what I mean? And he's living that Miami life. You know, just ask Tom Selleck. You can't do that forever, okay? Those white pants catch up. They catch up. And ride it in the right places. Am I right, boys? Predictions.
Ty, take us to predictions. Take us to predictions.
Who
Ty.
predicts the win or the loss? My questions first to Mr. Mayhew. What is your prediction score-wise?
All right. I think we're gonna shine out here. Okay, like A-Raj, he's smirking on the field quite a bit. We finally have like some health at the wide receiver course. I think the offense is gonna be able to hold out. I want to say 31-27 back.
Okay.
Go
All
back.
right.
Go.
Okay.
Nice Russell Wilson-esque ending. I appreciate that with the brand ending.
Talk about it.
What is your prediction? Go Hawks.
My prediction is it's close like every other game the Dolphins have played this year. We hand them their 4th loss in a row. I have Packers 34, Dolphins 32.
Beautiful. 34-32. That's a good game. That'd be a hell of a game. We've had some good ones down there in Miami too, guys. I remember working a catering event. I'll save it for my memory.
For the
Yes.
post.
Yes.
I got to tell you, I've been reinvigorated. The first time I got negative about winning a Packer game in a very long time. And I got to tell you, I'm going to go with tried and true staple. 97-2, Packers win.
Wow. The confidence oozes. That makes me nervous. I don't like that. That has not worked out for us in the past. I need you to not
Never.
believe in us again. Can you go back to being like, guys, I'm sorry. I just don't believe. I was thinking you got a feeling in my
Nope. I'm doubling down.
Real low.
Doubling down.
I just got a feeling. All right. Well, that leaves me in my prediction, guys. I will say this is another instant classic. I would if we actually show up in Miami ready to play, guys, we show up as a team, this team that I just watched last week on a short week, ready to fucking play, really wanting it. I believe that we're going to catch these guys off guard. I think we're going to punch first, and I think that we're going to finish stronger. It's going to be 27-24, and it's going to be a good game against a really good team. But I'm afraid, it's going to take us not making mistakes, and it's going to take them making some mistakes. First of all, underestimating us, which is an easy and fair thing to do at this point. But yeah, 27-24 is my prediction.
Yep. And if we'll have to. So Ty, tell me, what do you think the visiting locker room looks like in a place like Miami? You know, the grass is probably really pristine, I would think, right? Temperatures, moisture. Where's your head at?
I mean, it's got to be. Every time I've been to, you can't not grow grass strong in Florida. They cut that 3 times a week, and it's still always long. I think we've got a really good chance of some really nice turf out there. I also do want to give a shout out. I mean, the field this last week was slippery. You know, Monday night, Lambeau Field, December. That grass was green. That turf it wasn't like crazy frozen or compacted or anything. It looked playable.
There's a heavy snow that week. Heavy snow that week. Not a problem for the Packers.
Yeah, drained out. Everybody else's yard up here has 12 inches of snowpack. Heated Lambeau Field. The lights were just right. So turf was looking good last week. I expect it's going to be a cakewalk this week.
Big up to Allen. Last week. Allen, that was pretty much him that got that win. Appreciate our groundskeeper, Allen.
Yeah. Couldn't handle Allen's magic. He had him played.
I got.
Oh, we got one. Do you got one?
Yeah, I was just remembered it. So I was working. I was working a catering event a few years back. This was a particular year. I think it was probably 2014. Probably. It's a good year. Good year for the Packers. And wasn't able to watch almost the whole game, but I was able to watch just the fourth quarter, like the last 12 minutes. And it was a comeback, and it was an amazing game, and it was in Miami. And I remember, and Tannehill was starting, and Rodgers, and I remember there was a big play to James Jones and Jordy Nelson. Jordy Nelson was like coming alive completely at that point. He probably was the greatest wide receiver in football at that point. So, due to his speed, Aaron, this guy had speed, top end. Now I'm not talking Bill Schrader speed, and I'm not talking I'm talking when you hit that fifth gear, it's like a motorcycle running away from a cop car. You're not going to
get it. Like Robert Ferguson. Gotcha.
Yeah, no, not like Robert Ferguson. Special guy, that Robbie. Special guy. Anyway, that's my memory. I was working and I watched this thing, and I went outside this tent at this wedding, and somebody had it on, and I watched it on someone's phone, and I freaked out, and I went from like completely unengaged to like, I don't even shit about this job. All I care about is this win. And we got it. We got the win, baby, and it felt amazing. And then reality came back for what I had to do. But that's my Packers memory, because we're going back to Miami. Weren't we supposed to have some buddies from Miami on this show? What happened to that?
Christmas Miracle.
But Ted and Court, what happened?
No, Tyson, you're right on point. Chaz, Ty, T-Bone. We got 3 people in our posse rolling out to Miami for we got Teddy, we got Tony, and we got Timmy. We got Triple T rolling out there.
Nice.
Today, Junior. Let's do it. Yeah.
They all listen to the show, I think, at least once at some point. You know what I mean? They're big fans. They're big fans.
At least one day.
Yeah, maybe we can get them some on the ground coverage. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, maybe we'll have a second Two Dads and a Chaz this week, folks. Maybe we won't. It's hard to say, but I'll tell you this. We fucking love bringing this show to you. We love talking Packers with you, and we are honored to be part of this Packers undeniable magic that happens in the beautiful state of Wisconsin in the wonderful month of December. God bless football, you guys, and thank you for being a part of this with us. Chazzy, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Two Dads and a Chaz podcast, the Packer podcast with the Dad podcast. Again, don't forget to share this with your friends, loved ones, lovers. Like, subscribe, send it to your friends. Keep coming back. Again, keep the faith alive. Go, Pack, go. That's all we got to say. If you believe it, it'll happen. We're going to send us out with a nice little hashtag. And I believe this week's hashtag for next week will be a hashtag Miami's a bunch of pussies. Can I hear it from my main men here in a 3, 2, 1? Hashtag Miami's a pushers. Go, back, go.
Two dads and a Chaz putting trophies on the wall. Two dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Not exactly qualified, but answers the call. Two dads and a Chaz talking Green Bay Packers football.
We gonna break it all down, probably leave out some facts. We gonna make some statements that we'll likely regret. Most of gossip and rumors made straight off the top.
So crank up your air conditioning, cause it's bound to get hot. Two dads and a Chaz, you know we live it and we live it right. Two dads and a Chaz, we gonna break down football for you tonight. Besides them rings and putting trophies on the wall.
Trophies, y'all.
Two dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Yeah, we talking Green Bay Packers football.